Varsågod, Åse. Could you take it in English, or will you speak Norwegian, Swedish kind of language?
Of course, I take it in English.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Welcome to Norway, or should I say, it's nice to be at Åland. My name is Åse Knutsen. I'm lecturing and doing research here at Lillehammer University College. It's the Norwegian Film and Television School after the Olympics '94. Could somebody tell me, do I get my 30 minutes or should I shorten it?
You can shorten it a little bit, but you know, you're so interesting girl, so yeah.
Well,
take it down a little bit. I will be very happy. Okay.
I'll try to do that. I'm just starting my watch here, so I can control. Well, my background is actually a radio television repair from the beginning on. I'm an electronic engineer afterwards, and working with the computers and micro bits and so on. And then I continued after being in the broadcast industry for a while. I took the director education. So that's my other part of my brain. One is technical and the other is content and art. I'm educating broadcast engineers here in Norway and I specialized in the outdoor broadcasting. Outdoor broadcasting is those, you can see this big lorries that they run away up to sports events and so on. And it's also studio productions. When it comes to distance, it's very, very interesting for the broadcast industry to look into what is possible over the fiber optic network. Well, so after I took this director education, I continued with building up a studio study called media technology, and it was possible for me to go to Sweden for 5 years actually, and I brought my family, and there I took my PhD at the KTH, and that was called the presence production, and I will very soon come back to that, but let's try to just play some Olympic movie here to see how it works. I don't know how many of you is so old that you remember '94. Yeah, and all that. That's history. So it won't eat my time. Well, back to KTH. And television production. I'm now doing a lot of research on distance production. So that means that the trucks are staying back, and we are actually transferring all the sources, microphones, all the cameras, and also building up a distance like I'm sitting in now, you know, here to your right, down there. I'm here. Hello. I'm not only the God speaking to you on the wall. And because we need to have this artistic, emotional rich mediated meeting during a television production. So this is very interesting because it's millions of kroner or euro, so to say, that you can save if we're not drawing out all the persons, the personal and so on, and driving them out. And when it comes to theater, I just need to say something. For the first time, I'm an actor. So that's why I'm not in Åland. I'm acting in a theater for the first time. So if you want to give me applaud for that, just go on. Oh, I don't hear you. Oh, that's ghosty. Okay. Let's go to my interest of theater, because in the research I have been interested in room spaces and shared performance spaces, actually, and not especially television. It might be television, but it might be other things too. So I have studied the sense of presence for 17 years. And it all started when I saw a person speaking to a television set. And he had a copper wire to Oslo. And he had a camera, so I understand it was some sort of two-way. But there were absolutely no knowledge from television production, and it was, and it is. I'm producing myself here. I would like to have the audience audio back because I'm not deaf, you know. So it would be nice for me if you could turn on my ears, because my eyes I can see. So you have turned on my eyes, but I would like to have my ears too. Yeah, so I'm sitting here. That's my computer. And here you are, behind the camera. And I have a light up there to my right and a light up to the left. We call it a main light and the uplet. And I have a source here in the ceiling. It's also a light source. Yeah. So I'm actually sitting here and mediating myself, but I'm sitting in a box. This is my space. And I think my head is a little bit big in the distance. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how much smaller would you like me to be? Is it better now?
Yeah.
I would like to have dialogue.
Ja, vi måste ha
Yeah,
publikljud,
please.
Stefan.
What?
Publikljud. Vi tar med oss här. Vi tar den här mikrofonen. Här ska vi ha. Nu har vi lite dialog här.
Oh, thank you.
Så. You hear us now? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. If you talk into the microphone, I think. Because this is not television, it's a communication. You are sitting in front of me. So I would like to talk with you.
Same here. We'd like to talk to you too. We'd like to talk to you too.
Yeah, good. So, please take the microphone.
Yeah, here we are, a
Yeah.
bunch of people.
Oh, so nice to hear a person.
Yeah.
So, if you look to,
we have some
if you
problem.
look to your left.
So also, we have some problem. Could you take your listening from us down a little bit?
Yes.
We have some,
Yeah.
feedback here. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. Okay. If you turn to your left, I'm sitting in a box, you know, the distance. Would you tell me if? Would
No,
you tell
here.
me
Okay,
when my
this is-
my size of my head is natural?
Yeah, okay.
Is it too big now,
I mean,
or?
I don't. It's the first time I see you, so I don't really know how big your head is. To be honest, I think it looks splendid. It looks nice.
Okay. And now I'm too small.
Yeah.
What I want to tell is you know when you mediate yourself, you need to know how your body is video mediated, because on the wall now I can look down to you. Okay, approximately there. Can you? I'm looking down to you now. Or like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're sitting down there.
Yeah.
So it's God actually talking to you. But in the mediator, we can talk one-to-one and have the right size of the head. And that's very important when you are producing the sense of presence. Because we don't want the technology to be present. We call it transparency or transparent technology. And that's one of the elements that we try to achieve to enhance the sense of presence. Any questions? The woman beside you in
Dana.
red. Yes, she looks very nice.
Hi, Åse.
Hi.
It's Steinun.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Nice. Any questions so far?
No, you continue. I'm listening.
Okay, and I should shorten it down. Oh, I'm talking too much. I just wanted to say that Seyðisfjörður and Reykjavik is very familiar for me, because I have been driving my old Volvo across to Iceland. So now it's sad. Well, let us go into presence. It all started actually when I did an experiment down in the reactor hall number 1 at the Royal Institute of Technology. I was complaining there were no place to do anything about television at the Royal Institute. But one day my colleague said, bring a light source and follow me. And we went 30 meters down in Swedish soil, and there it opened a big, nice hall. And it was actually reactor hall number 1. It was cleaned, and if you have seen Nothing Really Matters with the Madonna, it was shut down there after my experiment. Well, down there, I tried to make the internet as live as possible in this space. So we took down fiber optics. Mats Eriksson lended me one, he never get it back. And we connected to the fastest internet at Sweden possible, because it was a neighbor building. And down there, we did a lot of experiments, installations, art from the Baltic, and there were video cafe, and a lot of other things. You can read about it in one of my papers. If you want to read what I have been doing, it's in Kristin, Kristin. It's the Norwegian research library, Kristin. Okay, I observed people walking in between the light source and the back projection, and the projection was a theater. So the shadow of the person walking into the light source became a part of the theater. And that made me think. I was cracking. So the whole hall was full of fog. So it was quite interesting to go into the light source, because you could touch the yellow light from the projector onto the back screen. I've never seen people walking into my television set making shadows. So that was very interesting. And that was the start of this camera space. Well, in television, we talk about camera spaces. It's over, under, left, right, behind me. And there's this other space on the back side of my camera. Your space. Åland space. Yeah. And then I tried to orientate when we put camera two ways. I called it he space and she space. Is it possible to see this?
Yeah, it's good.
It is?
Yeah.
You know, it's a piece of plastic, you know, and my projector is standing behind here. It's quite primitive. Well, so it was very interesting to orientate in these rooms. That's why I called yesterday on Christine. Where are you?
She's out, I think.
Ah, my lovely lady. Because yesterday she made a mental space for me, the space that I can't see. And all of a sudden I could place myself in your room. And I could see, up there, I'm up there. Am I? No.
Här.
Am I
Ställ
up
dig
there?
framför stenen här och prata. Där är Ann-Katrin.
What?
Nej, där. Där. Så.
Look at my big my big picture.
Big.
It's up there?
Hallå, hej.
Yeah.
Oh,
Åse,
oh yeah.
ska jag se på dig? Där.
Well, no. Yeah. No.
Där.
No, sit down.
Okej. Hej då.
I must just try to my audience. Are you watching me up here?
You have one projection, which is to our left, and then we have this mirror, what to say.
Mats Eriksson, distansen. There you are. We are both.
Well, so my big me is up here on the wall,
Yeah.
and the real me size is here.
Yeah.
Or to the left. Well, what I would like to tell is that we did a lot of experiments with Stanford. And this mental geography is quite interesting because as soon as I am mediated at this place in Åland, I can orientate myself from this space. And yesterday I got this room. And so if I go to Åland, I know this room now. But I don't know what's outside the door. In our experiment, we were filming from going from home to the distance. And when the American came over here, we showed them the distance and they could orientate. They went down the stairs and here is the cafe and so on. Because we had made a geography. And that's quite interesting. Well, it's going too slow. Well, shared virtual reality, people meeting, and so on and so on. And a lot of different experiments and thoughts. Well, presence is defined as a subjective experience of being together in one space when one is physically situated in another or other spaces. And I added production because we have to intentionally create this sense of presence. We need to know what is the what is the factors that enhance the sense of presence. And there's no answer, actually. Every answer is connected to the type of connection. So if I'm a virtual actor in Finland, playing my act at the stage in Stockholm, that's one way to produce presence. Perhaps I just see the other actor. But there's a lot of communication modes that needs the knowledge of producing presence. So the term production refers to the intentionally creation of a sense of presence and reality between individuals that are geographically separated. Am I very academic?
No.
Is okay?
It's okay, yeah.
Oh, thanks. Who have the microphone now? Oh, nice. Hello. Okay, let's go on. So my main research is hunting for these factors, determining the production of a sense of presence. So every time I'm discovering something new. And what is very, very rare is that we believe in the picture. Like television. People are believing what they see in television. It's manipulation. I'm teaching my students manipulation. It has never been real. Anybody think that television is real? Raise your hand. I should say the opposite. Okay. So, we pretend to be. Well, this is quite theoretical, but you can just see a team. But what I concluded in the narration, the storytelling, like mentioned in the lecture before I went on here, the storytelling is so important. And if you, also we did a lot of courses on presence production with students in Norway while I was in Stockholm. And every time we started to game, they gave feedback. Oh, we wasn't aware of the distance because we were so eager, you know. So say even a very poor picture can transfer a very good story. That's one of my conclusions. And so we individually are different. Some are believing that I'm real and some not. Some people are jumping up and down in football matches at home, and some don't. Some actually just see colors and something moving on a glass wall or something. So if we are looking for actors, we need to hunt for actors that have this möjlighet, vad är det för något?
Possibilities.
Yes, possibilities to transfer themselves, to immerse in through the camera and into the other side. Well, and here is all our senses. And sorry to say, I can't push you on the other side yet, but it's coming. It's robotic arms, so I can push you or handshaking with you. But so far we had just sound and the light. And here is what I told you about in the beginning, the transparency of technology. Hiding cables. Try to avoid some fan voice noise from, and so on and so on. And here is the interaction. It's very important too. Up here is my main focus is the bodies and the spaces. That pays so much interest because right now I'm physical here. I know. I can, well, as far as my senses, says that I'm physical here. And my body is videomated there. But I could also invite you into Second Life, mentioned just some time ago, and be computer mediated. That's what I call physical, extended, and I have a body, one more body. What can that be? The computer mediated, the video mediated, my physical, and inside here, my mental body. That's who we think we are. Most of the time we are looking to the mirrors. We think we are a mirrored me, but we're not. Okay, I continue here. So this is the conclusions of what we found quite many years ago, but it is the knowledge about spaces and bodies. As I told you, I'm up there on the wall. Am I? Yeah. Am I? Yeah. No, I'm up there.
Yeah.
On the wall. And I'm aware of it. So if you're looking to my big picture, I could look down, but I don't see you there. I can see you there. Yeah. Well-planned design of physical and virtual spaces enhances the sense of presence. That's what the technicians and Mats and all the technicians have, at Åland have been doing. They tried to plan the design of the physical and virtual space. That's not easy, but it's a knowledge that can be learned. And the coherent design of production of mediated embodiment can enhance the sense of presence. My size, should I be a real size? Should I, perhaps in the theater, the narration, I would like to fly. It's so easy to fly in television. It's just to use the video mixer, plop, and then you are up in the sky and so on and so on. I have to tell you a story about one of the experiments. Two people were sitting like we are doing now, but it was one person on the other side. Then we added soil audio from a cafe. And what was interesting for us, did the conversation change? Well, I don't tell you yet. And then we mediated them up in the skies. So the background was actually clouds running by, and we had angel music. So my question is, do you think the environment was important for how the conversation went?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, talk into the microphone. So,
Yes.
Yes.
yes, why?
Well, I guess environment affects us and how we, like, in the way we. Where should I look? By the
That
way?
right here.
Am I looking
There. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess it affects our mood, our themes, our topics, what we talk about, and especially if you put in environmental sounds or angel music, as you said.
Yeah. Well, you're right. You're so right. You should do research together with me. I invite you.
Please.
So we can manipulate the environment. Oh, I took it too high. Yeah. The sound technician in Åland is very angry. Okay. Well, I told you, communication, different communication modes needs the support of different different combinations of presence production factors. And even technically, poor mediated communication, as I told you too, may support a sense of presence if the reality in the storytelling is very good. So we can breach a very poor communication, technically wise, by telling a very good story. Oh, that's hopeful. Well, so that's one of the findings. And the last one is the human sensory environment should be supported by a sense of non-mediation, technological transparency. And I told you already. Okay, let's go to some examples, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We stop with all this theory. Oh, it's so boring. So, let's have a look at one of the experiments. This was, let's see, this is two improvisation actors. Here, approximately here, is distance. What we call it in Norway for mediation, or eye to eye. So they see each other through a mediated reality, or virtual reality, if you want to say so. And they are going to play together and investigate what they can do. You understand?
Yep. Yeah.
This is in one town in Norway. This is in another town in Norway. And the connection is so poor. It's a very old Tandberg video. Help me.
Video conference.
Video conference.
Yeah.
Of course. So they have an echo and a very, very hard delay between them. But if the story is good enough, they might communicate. Say, I made it hard for them. Well, you will also see students from the KTH walking into the environment. This was in the studio, and he will present what we are doing, and I will take it afterwards. Say, let's run the film. Say, is this better? Ja. 5 sekunder på. We are actually streaming to the Europe.
Oh, it's so great. Finally, we do this bird trick. Do you remember our signal?
Yes. And it's a perfect weather too.
Yeah, you know, the seabirds, watching the seabirds in sunset, it's very, very special.
Yes.
And did you bring food?
Time.
Yeah, did you bring
yes.
food?
I did bring a banana. Do you
Yeah.
like it? Okay.
Yeah, but
It's
Okay.
yellow, and I'll put it in the basket.
Well, you can see there's more than one picture connected. So we have cameras on each side, like we do in television. So we're actually producing them together. Okay, you saw that.
Is it a new basket?
yeah, it's
Is the sound okay?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
brand new, so be
It's
careful.
so fantastic. I'll
Yeah.
put it in.
Right.
Okay.
Here's the basket.
No,
Can I check it? Just to be sure.
Yeah. Are you hungry now?
Because, well, no, I think we watch a little bit of seabirds first. And
Okay.
then we eat the banana. But you are a bit tricky sometimes.
Yes,
I'm just
I
gonna
know.
I'm gonna check it in case you don't trick me.
Okay.
So, if the split was here, why is the whole lock opening? This is the first question.
Yeah.
Tell me. It's called wipe. Wipe.
Wipe.
A wipe on a video mixer can turn the split over here. So my students is actually having the split on this side. And when she is opening the same lock, there's two of them, of course. Then they're moving the split over on the other side. Oh, very clever thought. Oh, students are great.
And here it is.
It's there. I told you. Okay, now it's
Yeah.
yours.
Lovely. Shall we just bring our...
Sit down.
and
Yeah.
sit down and watch some birds?
Let's
1, 2,
do it.
3.
This is hard. They are leaving the eye to eye. They just trust on audio at right this time.
Very nice.
Did you
Oh, I
see
have
that?
some-
Did you see that parrot over there? Did you see it? The yellow parrot.
To the left
It's
or
at
to the right?
To the left. To the left.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. That's amazing. Yeah.
But hey,
Okay.
Catherine, I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
In this intimate moment, I don't really like your hat.
This? You don't like it? Why? It's
terrible.
Norwegian. It's traditional. It's very
I
nice. My
know.
mother made it.
Yeah. But
Okay.
you know, if we are going to stay friends, and you know the Bird Society,
Yes,
you have
I
got to
know.
change.
Okay, because it's very much color. But
Yeah.
this one is blue.
Yeah,
I can't
and
use that for
pink.
the birds.
The birds love it. They think you are water, and then they come and sit on your head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'll
just
put
take
it
it
down.
off.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do it.
but-
I'll do as you say.
Be careful because it's a new box, and anything can happen in the new box.
Okay.
Right? Yes.
What?
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Well, I think you now the message has been taken there. I will just pull forwards where the students are entering.
I
You're so brilliant. Now I can
know.
camouflage in the woods so the birds won't see me. Perfect.
Thank you for the performance,
So he-
Catherine and Catherine.
So he's coming out of the one
What
half.
we're seeing here is an act between two actors that are not placed in the same physical room. They can, however, communicate with the full eye contact. So how does it feel to act in a way like this?
It's weird, but it's interesting and fun at the same time.
Okay. So what challenges have you found when you are acting with Catherine?
It's more difficult when you don't have eye contact. So when, for example, we sat down on the bench, you have to act just on the ear.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of, well,
And what
exciting.
advantages have you found with this type of acting?
Well, it's cool that you can explore so much more about kind of a space that doesn't exist, and just looking at her in quite a distant way, but it feels like you are really interacting.
Okay,
So it's fun.
thank you. This equipment for eye contact, it's the basic principle is a camera behind a half see-through mirror in this behind this cloth, and the mirror reflects an image of the other actor, and the camera behind the mirror is placed so that eye contact is possible.
Just want to add here, because if you want to have eye contact, then you want to have the camera right where the eyes are in the picture. But you may do a little adjustments on the side. And also you familiar to the television theory, it's called objective point of view. But you get a view that you can't do in television because the head is there. But when you mediate eye to eye, then you have possible to have the front picture actually from both sides. So this is already in use in psychiatry, because you have a group sitting and see how the communication goes, and they can have the view right in like being one of the participants. And it's called a subjective point of view. And this is not possible in the physical life, but in the mediated, it's possible. Say, a little bit adjustment to the right and little bit adjustment to the left. It's a very, very interesting difference, narratively wise.
There's 2 control rooms for creating this virtual, this shared performance space. The first one is the video control room. Here the storytelling is made, and
Well, not everybody have a control room full of students, and even not a technical room full of students from media technology, but it can be
the goal
easier.
of this project is to explore how television and new media can be combined.
Okay, I think you got it. So I want to give you one more example, if we have time.
We've got a little bit short of time now.
We are short of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Oh, this is bad.
Norwegian time.
Okay. You can look at, if you do a search on Google, you can search on Margaret Atwood or just Atwood. And you can search on Midnight in the Park. There you will see a mediation that we made between Canada and Norway. Because Atwood wouldn't go to the literature festival, and it was about new technology and the future. So I sent a student with a box to Canada, and we made a virtual stage where you could see Margaret sitting over a table like this. You don't see my table. And talking. And because this was, I wanted also to let them see how the journalist was mediating himself through the eye to eye. And then we made a television production and streamed it as if they were physical on the stage. And it's called êrdag. So if I just scroll here a little bit, I think you will see Margaret Atwood entering the stage. Yeah, somewhere here. And that will be my end. As Margaret is entering the stage, we have mediated the audience on her right side, so she's actually waving to her audience because she sees the audience to her right. Yeah. So this is the last thing I will say. This is outside, actually, in a park in Lillehammer at 12 o'clock in the night. Yeah, where she's very small here. This is the virtual stage. She's waving to her audience, the audience here, and then you can see them sitting side by side over a table. So my student also had a curtain like the one in Norway, so they could merge. But there's also a split. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Åse.
Yeah. Thank you. Welcome to Lillehammer if you're here.
Åse, if you some short questions, Åse. Yeah,
Would be
one.
nice.
Jaakko.
Jaakko.
Jaakko. Oi, sorry.
Hey Ose,
Hi.
it's Jaakko from Tampere.
Oh, yes, I know.
Yeah, yeah. Hello. I have to just shortly disagree with you on something because actually I found the theory very interesting and not
Yeah.
boring at all.
Yeah.
And actually, I think that it sort of like demonstrated in a nice way kind of a two-layered communication or interaction we have here. Because as we were thinking how to interact with you, so it's very nice to have this interaction with you directly with the smaller screen, but also when you have the theory and all the other slides to present your stuff. So it was also, then we changed our view to the bigger screen, and it was easier to follow, for example, the text material from there. So it was actually introduced as how to interact with you with remote presence in a very, very nice way. So just
But you disagreed.
yes, about the theory. I found it interesting
part.
and not boring. So that's the point I wanted to disagree with you.
Ah,
Yeah.
I
So
see.
thank you very much for the presentation.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaakko.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again, Åsa.